Good morning. It's Martin Luther King Day on Monday, start of the week. I'm feeling pretty good. I rested all day yesterday. Pretty excited for this run. I'm gonna make this my long run for the week because I have the day off. So it's really nice, especially when you're working, when you do have a day off or a half day or something, to be able to get your long runs in, because there's not a whole lot of stress to have to cram it in first thing in the morning, and you can usually pick the best time of the day, most optimal weather, which is much needed this time of year. It is freezing this week. I'm pretty sure across the country everyone's experiencing freezing cold weather. Everyone's in the negatives, but we definitely got a cold front last night. I woke up this morning and when I looked at the felt like temperature, it was in the negatives up until about 10 a.m. So they actually waited a second until that changed into the positives. I think right now it feels like 5 degrees. I think it's closer to like 15 degrees. I don't want to wait much longer because I know the wind's going to pick up later today. And like I talked about in my last video, I will pick cold over wind any day. I will pick rain, I'll pick snow, lightning, anything over the wind. So I'm thinking this is going to be about 7 miles. I'm not sure. This route I'm doing today here in Lubbock, it's a part or a portion of what my super long run's going to end up being. And I haven't done this one in a while since I've done my half marathon. So I'm going to go do this and kind of figure out exactly how long this portion is. And that's really my main reason. So it might be 6 miles, might be 8 miles. I'm gearing towards 7. I might add a little trail running a little bit at the end if it's not looking long enough, and if I'm feeling good. So hopefully it's a good one because I rested all day yesterday, ate a lot of carbohydrates, got a good breakfast in this morning, so we should be good. I want to just talk a little bit about weather. I think every runner's opinion about weather is different. I grew up in Utah, so you know, I'm used to running in the snow. I'm used to running in the cold, not so much used to running in the heat. Every single year the summer comes along, I have such a hard time adjusting to running in anything higher than 75 degrees. So that's always a difficulty for me. But yeah, cold doesn't really stop me. No matter what temperature it is, I feel like you can always put on a sweatshirt, like what I'm doing today, get out there. For me, with this marathon training, I think the only thing that's going to be impeding me from running is the wind. And the wind's going to be my #1 factor in determining when I should and shouldn't run. So today, even though I'm going to be running a little bit colder, it doesn't look cold. It looks like it could be like 70 degrees out there, but it is like 15. But for me, I'm going to take the colder weather. I'm going to take an ideal weather. I'll even run in the rain as opposed to avoiding some of that wind. And one thing I like about the weather app that everybody has is if you click on the day, you can go to the wind, and that's the #1 feature I'm going to lately, just going automatically to the wind and trying to aim to get my runs in before it gets above 12 miles per hour. Anything below 12 miles per hour is doable. You can go up to I can do 14, 15, but at that point it just gets unpleasant. It's fine when you're running with the wind, but then when you're running back toward the wind, you're just kind of like, this feels useless. I don't feel like these are productive miles. So that's really going to be the key indicator I'm looking at. Unfortunately, if it was anything like it was last year, I'm super scared for February, because February had horrible wind, and not the fact that it was just super windy, but then the dust gets in the air. It looks like Wizard of Oz over here. Pretty bad. So we'll see. These next couple weeks are going to be pretty important for me to get a lot of miles in, especially outside miles, because like I said, that wind's going to start picking up. We might start to get some icy snow for a few weeks if it's the same as it was last year, which again, I don't mind running in the snow, but in Utah you get 6 feet of snow, so you could just be running on fluffy white snow. But in Texas you got to worry about that ice, which is a concern in Utah, but usually not so much, especially when you get a fresh layer of snow. So that'll be a concern. And I'm an athletic trainer at a high school, and here in Texas, February is hands down our busiest month of the year. So it sucks because I feel like February is a pretty crucial time, gonna be a crucial time zone to be building up my mileage, but I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to get in. So that's why I'm kind of going a little bit more crazy these first few weeks of training. That might be a little bit more than your average marathon planning, but that's just because I know that February might be a little bit of a crunch, and I might just be able to get, you know, the big workouts in, and some of the smaller workouts might have to be tossed. But that being said, I think it'll be okay. So yeah, that's just kind of my spiel on weather. As far as gear for weather, this might be an unpopular take, but I'd rather wear less layers than wear more layers. Or I guess what I'm saying, I think I've been more regretful of wearing extra layers than I have when I didn't wear enough. Because I know my body, just like I get a crazy high heart rate when I run, my body also heats up pretty fast. So I'd rather be underprepared. I remember the half marathon we ran on Thanksgiving, everyone was like in coats and layers, and me and my husband were in shorts and t-shirts, and definitely did not regret it. My hands were freezing for the first 2 miles, but eventually it warmed up and I saw everyone else regretting it. So today, I initially had a long sleeve on under this sweatshirt. Then I walked outside and it was cold, but I'm like, you know what, I'm foregoing the long sleeve. So today we're just in a sweatshirt, we're in leggings, which I so much prefer wearing spandex or shorts, but we'll do leggings today since it is pretty cold. I did put on longer socks and then just my regular tennis shoes, and then I just have this one layer on. So we'll see. I guess I'll follow up after this video to see if I regretted not keeping the extra layer on, but given that the sun's out and it's just gonna get not much warmer, but a little warmer here on out, I think I'll be okay. So here we go, and let's get going on this run. All right, 7.8 miles done. That was a little more than I was anticipating, but actually felt pretty good. I'm glad I stuck with the one layer because you can tell I'm sweaty. I turned off the heat in my car. It was cold and my hands and ears are pretty chilly, but definitely was able to warm up okay. Glad I went earlier so I didn't have to deal with the wind that was picking up. But overall, great run. I was intending on just making this a road run, but I couldn't help myself where I ended up. I ended up hopping on a trail for about 1.5 miles, which that portion ended up feeling the best out of the whole run. I don't know what it is when you hop on a trail, it just re-energizes you, and it's probably just because you're going significantly slower than you would be on a road, but being on a trail just kind of gets you relaxed, makes it enjoyable. Up where I've been trail running, I spotted a bobcat on there 2 times ago, so I've been having my eye out for that bobcat. That makes me run with a little bit more energy and run a little faster on those trails. But overall, good run. A little bit over what I anticipated. I wanted to go just 7, but when I added that trail run, I knew it was going to be a little longer. I didn't bring any water with me, so I was thinking about adding another 1.5 mile portion, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I didn't have any water or fuel with me or anything like that, which, by the way, is going to be a massive obstacle for me with marathon training. When I ran my half marathon, I just brought one little Mott's fruit snack with me, and mid-race I opened it up and maybe had like 4 or 5 fruit snacks and called it quits. And I know that's not gonna fly with marathon training, so I gotta start figuring out some of those gels and chews and all that jazz here once we start getting up into the runs that are longer than 1.5 hours. And honestly, I'm not looking forward to it because I think I already have a sensitive stomach, so I don't know how that's gonna fly. I think that's probably gonna be one of my bigger challenges. So I was thinking about that. This run brought me back to my half marathon training and thinking about what's it gonna be like starting to run some of those long runs again. My legs were starting to get tired toward the end, and realizing what these long distance runs are all about. So anyways, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day, go grocery shopping, get my house all organized for the week, and then we'll hit up some workouts this week, and I'll follow up with you guys on Saturday. So hopefully everyone has a good week. Stay energized, stay warm. Don't let this weather get you down. Keep going. Keep in mind, your body heats up a lot easier than you do. So even if it looks freezing, if you just put up with it for like 10 minutes, you're usually fine no matter how cold it is. Have a good day.